Welcome to You Ought to Watch This Movie, the podcast about movies from the first decade of the 2000s, aka the aughts. Follow along and explore a movie from the aughts, getting unbridled opinions from two millennials. Sit back, relax, and enjoy one of the best decades in movies.
Welcome back to Yachtum. This is the Colin and Miles Y'all Ought to Watch This Movie, like Forrest Gump, but it's not Forrest Gump.
Yeah, no, because that was in the 90s, I think. I'm pretty sure. Early 90s.
Makes you think what a 2000s Forrest Gump would look like. Maybe a late aughts. I just got my iPhone. All right. So, what movie are we going over?
We are going over Meet the Parents.
Okay. Well, I've met your parents.
Which was released October 6th of 2000, which is also Mad Hatter Day.
I did not know that. But
like October 6th is not like of 2000, but like any year.
Very cool.
Because his hat says 10 of 6.
I thought that was a measure, like a
That's
weird
not a measure.
measurement.
It's the amount that the hat costs. It was like, I don't know how British money works.
Yeah, 10 quid and 6 shills.
Yeah, something like that. So that is the price of the hat. And that's why Mad Hatter Day is October 6th.
Okay, well, that makes sense, I guess.
Okay, now we're off that tangent. Anyway, this is rated PG-13, so, not rated R, and there wasn't really any super inappropriate.
Could have been rated PG.
Well, I think there was bad language, wasn't there?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh. Well, anyway, this is our disclaimer or warning, or no, not a warning. This is the time on the podcast that we tell you if you haven't seen this movie and you would like to not have spoilers, pause the podcast now.
And
go and
to your local Blockbuster and rent the movie.
Yeah. Or your local Netflix app or whatever account, if it's still there when you're listening to the podcast.
Or Hollywood Video. All right. So, have you seen this movie before?
Okay, so I have not actually watched it of my own accord. It was playing on a band trip in high school, because in high school, so it had to have either been 9th or 10th grade, because in 9th grade I was still in junior high, but I was on prop crew for band, and so the 9th graders who were on prop crew got to go on
What is
band
prop
trip.
crew?
So in marching band, they have they do a show, and they have props during their show. So the 9th graders got to do the props and move them around, so they would see what high school band was like. So either 9th or 10th grade, and on the band trips they would always get a charter bus, with the nice seats and the TVs, and this movie was playing on one of those trips, and I just thought it was so stupid then. And so I was not really wanting to see it, but I also wanted to see how I would think about it now.
Okay.
Have you seen this movie before?
Yes, an inordinate amount of times.
Oh, that's why you were quoting it. Okay.
It wasn't necessarily by choice.
Okay.
I think it was just, growing up, my dad always liked Ben Stiller. Well, he liked Robert De Niro, not Ben Stiller.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So, we should talk about our trailer notes.
Okay. You want to go first, or should I?
It doesn't matter.
Voiceover. Oh, this movie has cringe vibes. I have seen this before, but am interested to see it again as an adult.
I didn't even track the voiceover, so
Well,
I'm glad you
I did.
I'm glad you did, because usually that's the first thing on my list. But I was so preoccupied. I was like, I don't think I will like this. And then I said I saw it on a band trip in high school. Maybe I will like it as an adult, but that was being too generous. This oh okay,
What?
that's silly, but I'm saying it anyway. I said this is a movie that I would have wanted to have an adult beverage with, so it would seem funnier if I were not pregnant.
Okay. All right.
Because I was dreading watching it. And also, it seems like a waste of time, not my kind of movie.
No bueno.
So, those are my trailer thoughts.
All right. Well, so the question that was in my trailer thoughts of would I see it differently now that I'm an adult? And the answer is no.
Well, should I read a summary?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, this is a very bad summary. Greg is planning to ask Pam to marry him until he spends a weekend with her family.
Let's add to that.
Okay.
A weekend with her family, including her father, who is a former CIA spy hunter.
Okay.
And an ex-fiance.
Well, I don't think the ex-fiance needs to go in there.
Well,
Summary.
Yeah, well, I guess it creates tension. Okay, yeah, probably not in the summary. You're right. But anyways, hold on. With her father, a former CIA spy hunter, and his seemingly disasterly happenstances that start with him losing his luggage all the way to him lighting things on fire.
Yeah. So lots of
Shenanigans.
There's lots of slapstick or whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah.
And,
Slapstick comedy.
Yeah. But okay, so actors we know.
So Robert De Niro, we know him from his movies, which is the only thing we care to know him for.
Which would be what? What do you know him for?
Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. I know I've seen him in several movies. I am blanking.
Oh, because there's only one that I really have seen him in. I know he's in gangster movies or something.
Yeah.
But the only movie I've seen and liked him in is The Intern.
Yeah, of course.
That was from 2014.
Oh, I have no
I think. I don't know. But yeah, I liked that one. I guess
Did we see that in theaters?
No.
Oh, okay.
We purchased it on our Apple TV when we were using Apple TV.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Let's see. Do we need to look up what he was in?
Nah.
Okay, if you know him from other stuff, sorry. We just don't really. We know he's famous. Okay. Also, Ben Stiller, of course.
Keep talking.
Okay.
What else do you know Ben Stiller from?
Oh, let's see. Night at the Museum movies.
Oh. You mean the Smithsonian movies where it all comes to life?
Well, no, only one was about
Oh, I thought that they were all Smithsonian.
No, one is the Natural Museum in New York or something, or Chicago or some city.
Oh, okay.
And then the second one is Battle of the Smithsonian.
Is that the one with Raw? And he's like, what does he say? Is you're asthmatic, you're wearing a cape, are we going to the opera? I don't think so.
Yes, that's my favorite one.
Whenever he's talking to Darth Vader.
Yes. You're asthmatic. You're a robot. And what is up with the cape? Are we going to the opera?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we know him from Night at the Museum. He's been in he was in Zoolander. You know him from there.
I do.
And a plethora of other things.
Indeed, a plethora of other things that I cannot think of right now.
And Owen Wilson.
Oh yeah. Hey, Owen Wilson.
Who we know from Cars. He's Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
And also from the Night at the Museum movies, because he's Jedediah.
Yeah, he is Jedediah. Yeah. And he's also Luke Wilson's brother.
Yes.
Arguably a better actor.
Which one?
Luke Wilson.
Really?
I would. Come on. Stargirl?
But, I mean, that's just a preference of what you like.
Yeah. Also, he was in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, and bunches of other things, just like the other people we've named. Okay.
Who else?
That's all.
Oh, okay.
Unless you.
No, I don't have
somebody else.
I had no one else.
Okay. So comments.
Okay. Cats is the quote from Robert De Niro's character was cats make you work for their affection. They don't sell out like dogs. I thought that was funny.
I wrote that on my comments too. It said you have to work for cats' affection. Yes, you do.
Yeah, and so in this movie, he has a feline, Jinx, Mr. Jinx, and he teaches him to use the toilet, which is just odd.
He's a Himalayan cat.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So not a cat I would pick like if I had a choice, because very long hair.
You love hair. You love cat hair everywhere.
Yep.
So
much.
How does someone who is a nurse, what did I say? Oh, how does someone who is a nurse lock up this bad in front of parents? Like whenever it gets all cringy talking about, yeah, I milked a cat once. And then, Robert De Niro's character, I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? And it's like just the cringe level. Like, I'm sorry. I refuse to accept that this guy is a nurse.
Why? Just because he
A nurse needs to have people skills.
Well, just because he can't combat a
overshadowing father? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he doesn't have people skills.
Okay, well, I just thought it was ridiculous that, it's like, how are you locking up this bad and you're supposed to be a nurse? But anyways.
They don't train you on how to charm your your future in-laws, I don't think.
Yeah. Which the running joke here in the movie is that Ben Stiller's character, his last name is Focker. Focker. Mm-hmm. Not like the other word that has a U in it.
Yes.
And so it's a running joke throughout the movie where, they, the in-law family just continues to call him Focker. Hey, Focker. You did this on purpose, didn't you, Focker? And, needless to say, it was ridiculous. All the way up till the end, whenever they found out that his name was not Greg, it was indeed Gaylord Focker. And so, as he's leaving, being bullied out of the house, they're like, wait a minute, your name is Gay Focker?
Yeah.
And then the realization where his lover or whatever, what's her name? Her middle name is Martha. And so the parents realize, oh, her name's going to be Martha Focker. Stupid.
I don't get it, but I don't get how
it's funny?
Yeah. You're serious?
The innocence of Colin, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't. They said that in the movie. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Say it quickly.
No, I'm not saying anything like that on here.
So you get why?
Because I know I don't. I just know it's probably something inappropriate. I just don't get it.
So Martha said quickly sounds like mother.
Oh, that's not okay. Well, I don't think only if you're saying it with a weird accent.
Well, I mean, they're Italian. Robert De Niro's character, at least is somewhat seemingly has his accent. So Martha.
Okay, well, that makes sense. I wasn't hearing that though.
No,
it's not as.
It was
bad
all a
as
play
I
on
thought.
words.
Yeah. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was some I don't know, innuendo I didn't know about. Okay.
Thankfully, it's not.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
All right. My first comment. This movie is so cringy.
Indeed.
You said too. We already talked about the cats. I rolled my eyes a lot.
Okay.
During this, and you kept looking at me, and then I would be like, ugh.
Because you kept making noises.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
I don't remember making noises.
I remember it.
Well, these people, like I said, I hate this family. Someone needs to put them in their place. And I kept having to think if anybody would be worth this amount of trouble. And I was thinking, I don't think so. What?
No, absolutely not.
I would be like, I'm out.
Right? Well, I think it wouldn't even take that much at all for you to be out. It was like, that was just ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, but
way too much.
What?
It was way too much.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. What'd you stumble into? Oh, you see my antique, polygraph machine? Why don't we connect you to it? Oh, let me ask you some questions.
I mean, why do people think this movie's funny? I'm sorry if you think it's funny. I'm just wanting to know.
It's got dry humor aspects to it, but the delivery is just awful. Ben Stiller is an excellent comedian when it comes to overtly ridiculous things.
Okay.
Not so much when he's trying to meet the parents. See what I did there?
Yes. I said the ending was pretty good. It made it a little better. It made the movie a little better.
Yeah, there was some reconciliation. But watching Ben Stiller flip out, on the airplane. It's not like I have a bomb.
Yeah, and he would have gone viral today.
Right? A crazy plane man. Oh my God. If phones were something in 2000. Oh man.
I know. And I was thinking, I saw them going through security, and I was like, well, it seems like kind of like today. I didn't remember what things were like before 01.
You could get past the security checkpoints pretty easily.
I just remember because it's not like we did a lot of flying. I remember you could go see people leave and things like that, but I don't remember how security was really.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'd imagine there's still a decent, level of security.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well.
What other comments you got?
That's all of them.
Really?
Well, I didn't have a lot to say.
Wasn't Meet the Fockers some grand movie from 2000?
Meet the Parents.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Meet the Fockers is the sequel.
Yes, and there's a third one too.
Oh, God. So, wasn't it some grand movie, though?
Well, I've heard, you hear about it all the time.
You see, this is why I truly believe that all of these movies are rigged. All of the stupid, oh, hey, this is such a great movie. Oh, it's an Academy nominee. I'm sorry. All of that is rigged because back in, 2000, guess what? It was like my grandma said what we have for dinner. You take it or leave it. Okay. And that's all you had in the theaters. All right. There wasn't the ability now for like let's just take a Netflix TV show, Squid Game. All right. Extremely small budget, very, very well written, and quickly rose to the top because of it. But if it was back in, 2000, we wouldn't have heard of it. Some Korean show. Oh, that's weird. Whatever. But it's a good show. And so that's why I think, and, I understand that that's a series, but the principle is the same. You don't have the theaters pigeonholing you to what they believe are going to be successes. And so for that, I give this a 74.
Okay.
What do you give it?
A 59.
Okay. That is a low number.
Yeah, it's lower than Supernova, but not as low as Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh, man. Look at that.
It's because I felt like it was a waste of time.
It was. And if it wasn't for them being built up as ooh, we've got Ben Stiller, Robert De Niro, Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson was great in it. I thought he was funny. I did think he was funny.
Was he famous back then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Somewhat.
I don't know. I'm not sure what he was in before this. Because I mainly know him from the things I said. Cars and Night at the Museum.
Cars, that's from the 50s, ain't it? Well, needless to say, if you disagree, please let us know.
Yeah.
Why you think so. I just find it just such an obnoxiously crude movie.
Well, crude.
Not crude. Obnoxiously
cringy.
Basic and cringe movie.
Yeah. And it's even well, I guess this is the type of stuff that you don't like. The cringy factors, stuff you don't like.
Oh, God. It's like
I can handle this type of cringy. It's just these people are so.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as Scott's Tots cringe, but Scott's Tots type cringe. There are train wrecks that you enjoy watching. Scott's Tots being one of them.
Okay.
Which Scott's Tots is an episode of The Office where Michael Scott's character has apparently all these years ago promised the full ride scholarship to college for all of these students who are, I guess, in the 4th grade. Well, guess what? They're graduating now, and Michael Scott doesn't have that.
I know, yeah. He promised to pay for it.
And he brings laptop batteries.
And they probably can't even use them.
What in the hell? It was that is fantastic cringe because he means well and he wants to do the right thing, but he just can't, and he doesn't want to break it to him until the cat's out of the bag. That's the cringe I like. I don't like this type of cringe. Come on. Father person, Robert De Niro, get over yourself. Ben Stiller, have a spine. Well, I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, until next time, we will be back with another episode of You Ought to Watch or...
Yadam.
She said it. You heard it. That's the new name. Yadam.
No, it's just an acronym.
Uh-huh. I don't know what that means.
You do.
No, that's some weird word. Yadam.
All right.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to You Ought to Watch This Movie, a podcast about movies from the first decade of the 2000s, aka the aughts. Be sure to subscribe for new episodes covering movies you ought to watch. We'll see you next time.